This video is going to walk you through paragraph formatting, but it's the borders and the shading. Now, the first thing that we would need to do is just highlight a block of text that you want to put a border around. You can click on this, that's the shading, and you can click on this, which is the border. Now, if you click on this little border here and you come down here, these are borders and shading dialog box down there. You can put like bottom border on, top border, left, right, you can play with what you want, all borders, things like that, horizontal line. Or you can just say borders and shading and it'll bring you this little dialog box up. Now, me personally, I like the dialog box because I can see what I'm playing with. This down here is the type of what you want, like type of settings you want. I can have a 3D border, I can have a shadow border, and you can see the little shadow on there, or I can have just a plain box. Okay, if I say shadow and then I scroll down here and say, well, I'd like a double line, the colour of the line I would like blue, the thickness of the line, which we call a width, we'll have up at let's say 2 1/4, so it's nice, big and thick. Yeah. Apply to the paragraph. Yeah. But you could have said to the text, but we'll want a paragraph, so you apply it to the paragraph, and then you can say shading. Well, I'll apply the border first, just to let you see what's what, and you say OK. Notice there, guys, you've got your border around your paragraph of text. Beautiful, nice, clear, stand out, itchy in the face. Yeah. Now you can go to the format, border and shading again. Okay, and I just go there and just bring the borders and shading back. That's it. Now I click on the shading. When I click on the shading here and I want to put shading inside, I can have the clear, solid, 5%, 10, 12, 25%. I can go right down, look, right down to 75%. But don't go too thick, because if you go too thick you can't read your writing, and it makes it very difficult to read your writing. So what I would say to you on this is just go a little bit on it. That's all I do. I just go a little tiny bit, maybe the third one in. I think 12.5% I use quite a lot. You can see the shading, and it's not too heavy when it goes to print. It's more when it goes to print that you would have the problem if you had more than 12.5% on it. Again, applying it to the paragraph, you say OK there you go, look, nice, real straightforward and easy, anything you want to do. But what I would say to you is just be a little bit careful with the amount of shading that you put in. You can go quite flash, not that you'd want to do it, but you can go to custom and you can take these lines off. So you could say, right, on this one I want to change the top line, I want it green, and then you can say, right, on the bottom one I want to change the colour of that and I want it yellow, for instance. Yeah. On this one I want that one red. So I can customize and get real flash line by line if I wanted to. If I was doing a big flashy flyer or something like that and I wanted to apply it, not a problem in the world. It is that simple to do. So these little borders and shading are more powerful than what you really think. Considering it's a word processor, they're fantastic. But most of the time it is literally just to bring out the data so it stands out, and you want them to be able to, 12.5 is best for printing, and then you just say OK, and that is how you do borders and shading in Word. But remembering, guys, everything you apply it to is applying to these paragraph marks. Now if you haven't seen my video format codes tutorial 6, you need to go and watch that video so you understand what you're applying it to, because when you're applying the borders, you have to know that it's to the paragraphs or lines. I'll get done as well. Straightforward stuff, but just be aware of them paragraph marks. That's all it is, and that's your borders and shading. Pretty much that simple.